about healthcare? We talk often about clinical care, sick care. It kicks in once we're sick. Staying active and being socially engaged are crucially important for us to stay, to be well. And for people who have limited mobility, it can be quite difficult to stay active and engaged. My mum made me aware of this huge invisible problem when she said, over my dead body I'll ever use one of those. Did you know that 80% of people that have disabilities are actually depressed? And 15% of our population, roundabout, has disabilities. Because this is the problem. Medical devices are a technical solution for a body with a problem. It emphasizes the disability. They're not designed for how we want to live and how we want to feel. We are people that want to live a full and engaged life, and we might have a set of legs that doesn't work. But it does not determine who we are. Initially, I wanted to make something better for my mum, but as I talked to more people, I learned more about a social divide that exists between people with and people without disabilities. They informed me what the Alinker needed to be. So when I, over 5 years, during 5 years I met a lot of people, and they informed me what the Alinker needed to be and how devastating that whole social divide is, how isolation works. In 2010, 12, 11, I met Tom, and he wanted to try prototype 1. He got on the Alinker, something happened to his face, he flipped his cap around, he started running, and he said, oh my God, I can run. And he hadn't run in 20 years, so I thought, oh, I'm on a good way to get something better than just a better walker from my mum. This is Haruna. She's got muscular dystrophy, and she had never walked in her whole adult life. She wanted to try prototype 4, got on it, and kept telling me, I feel so tall, I feel so tall. Because did you know that half the people that use wheelchairs and scooters can actually use their legs somehow, but there is nothing designed for them to stay active, be engaged, and be at eye level. I'll use a quote from Dini here. Dini, who lost both her legs during a horrific traffic accident. And she said, on the Alinker, I've only lost my legs. When I'm in a wheelchair, I feel I lost my mind as well, because that's how people treat me, dismissed. So initially, I had set out to design something better for my mum. Though through talking to all those people, I realized that what I needed to make was actually a vehicle for social change, to overcome the feelings of being dismissed and isolation. It needed to be so cool that people would love to use it, and ultimately so cool that it would overcome the discomfort that other people have with a disability. Because people with a disability are not the problem. It's the people that do not yet have the disability that cause the social divide. And every time we see somebody get up from a wheelchair, get on the Alinker, and walk away, it is a deeply emotional experience. And every time I see that, I wonder, why wasn't it there yet? It's so simple, right? Why isn't it there yet? But Joe taught me how it was about a mindset. If the mindset is determined by the sick care system that I just mentioned, then the solutions are for bodies with a problem. It focuses on the problem. And when you want to live a full and engaged life and you have MS, like Joe and like Bianca, it is really amazing to be able to get on an Alinker. And Bianca here on the right side is just finishing a 20-kilometer climate race. And she would have never been able to do that. On the Alinker, she's just one of the participants. And boy, does she ever challenge the assumptions that we have about disabilities. I also learned by talking to people how many people with disabilities lose their jobs. This is Sarah. She's got a neurological problem with her feet, and she was at the point of quitting her job. On the Alinker, she's teaching science on a piece of applied science. How cool is that? And we think we walk with our legs, and that's true, but we also we walk with our brain. So Lisbeth broke her back, was never to walk again, and with the rehabilitation, with the Alinker, her brain relearned what her legs were doing, and she's doing kilometer walks with her dogs. And let me repeat this. There is there is nothing designed for people that can use their legs still to stay active, engaged, and regain their mobilities. And for Rob, this has been a life-changing experience, the difference between an active and a passive life. He's healthier, he's got his muscle mass back, he's lost weight, and he's super healthy now. And when we are active and can go out again, we are happier and healthier, of course. We're human beings who want to live a social, engaged life, live a full life. We're not a body with a problem. So I wanted to make something really cool, but I could have never anticipated that international fashion shows were asking the Alinkers to come and appear on the runways. Models with cerebral palsy and amputees were showing off their wearable clothing from the Bisgarnish Couture fashion show in the LA Fashion Week and the Bisgarnish fashion show in Moscow. And that is when you feel the true impact of what it can do when you actually design for the user. And when you set out to make a better walker and identify what you need to make is a vehicle for social change, it was quite an emotional moment to see the following post that appeared on our Facebook page on the 21st of January, the day after that, that day. Today you gave me the strength to participate in democracy at eye level. Thanks, Alinker. And my hope for healthcare is that we bridge the social divide so we can build an inclusive, healthy community for everybody. Because healthy healthcare is a mindset. Thank you very much.